Hello friends, we'll move to the next lecture of management, that is types of planning and steps in planning. I am Prabhakar Sakhre, Department of Mechanical Engineering from SPM Polytechnic, Kumte, Solapur. So in this lecture we are going to see some details about the types of planning and detailed steps in planning. Okay. So up till now we have studied what is meant by the planning, what is meaning of the planning, definition, nature, scope, importance and process of planning. Now in this lecture we will see once again introduction about planning, definition, detail about the types of planning and detailed steps in planning. Okay, so let us move ahead. First of all, planning. Planning is the process of thinking about and organizing the activities required to achieve a desired goal. Definition of planning I have already told. Once again I will repeat here. Planning is the process of deciding in advance what is to be done, who is to be done, how is to be done and when is to be done. Okay, these details we have discussed earlier also. Now we'll move towards our today's point, that is how the planning can be classified on different bases which are discussed here. Plannings are classified as a first one, strategic and functional planning, second, long range and short range planning, standing planning, administrative and operational planning, physical planning, formal and informal planning. Okay, these are the types of planning. We will see in detail. First one, strategic and functional planning. Strategy plans deals with the 5 years or more. In any organization, first strategy will be decided according to the goal of the organization or according to the objective of the organization. These are called as strategies, and this is 5-year or more long term plan. It adapts external environment based on the internal strength of the organization. So total institutional performance is planned in this strategic plan, and this strategic plan is decided by the top level management. All the policies, all the strategies, how the organizational goals will move are decided in this strategic plan, and these are decided by the top level management. Now second one, operational plan. This is under 1 year plan. This is actually a ground level plan. In this internal goals are implemented, internal tasks and operations are also considered, and these operational plans are decided by the middle and lower level management, and the judgmental basis for planning is the exact data and standards used in a ground level or shop floor activities. This is the operational plan. So what is the long range and short range planning? That is long term and short term plan. The name itself indicates the long range plans or long term plans deals with the 5-year or 10-year plans of the organization. It covers many years and affect many departments of organization, that is 5 years or more. In this plan, organization's linkage with the external factors of the organization, and mission, long-term goals and strategies are decided in this type of plan. Again, this long-term planning is done by the top level management. Short range plan, the name itself indicates it is for a short period of time, that is short span. It covers less than 1 year and it is more specific and detailed, up to 1 year. It links with the various department of organization. Each individual department has its individual short term plan, and current operations in the organizations are decided in this planning. And this is a lower level executive plan, that means at a supervisory level these plans are decided. Next one is standing plan. Okay, these are developed for activities that require a regularity over a period of time. Example, objectives, policies, procedure, methods and rules. That means standing plans are those plans that supervisor can take on the spot, that is rules, method, some procedures. These are simple plans, it is called as standing plans. Single use plans developed to carry out a course of action that is not likely to be repeated in future. Okay, these are only done once in a year, okay, and will not be repeated. This is called single use plan. Examples are programs, schedules, projects, budget. Yearly we have some programs in organizations, we schedule them, and some projects and some budgetary functions or budgetary plannings, these are made yearly. So these are the single use plans. Now administrative and operational planning. Administrative planning is done by middle level management, which provides the foundation for operative plans, and operative plannings on the other hand is done by the lower level manager to put administrative plans into action. That means top level management or administrative department will decide some long term planning in an organization, and these whatever decided in this or administrative planning will be actually put into action in the operative plannings or operational planning by the lower level management. Now physical planning, it deals with the or it concerned with the physical location and arrangement of the building of the organization and the equipment in the organization. This is all planning is related to the physical assets of an organization. It may include a location, it may include building, and it may include all equipments of the organization. This is all related to physical planning. And last one, formal and informal planning. Various types of planning discussed above till now are the formal in nature. They are carried out systematically by the management. They specify in a black and white the specific goals and the steps to achieve them. They also facilitate the installation of the internal control system. But informal planning, on the other hand, is merely thinking by some individual which may become the basis for formal planning in future. Means informal plannings which we have not decided earlier. On the spot some decisions may have to be taken by a supervisor at according to the situation in a shop floor. So these this is the example of informal planning. There may be some decisions, there may be some actions, there may be some planning has to be done on the spot. So this is a informal planning. So we'll move to the next point of our topic, that is essential steps in planning. These steps also we have discussed earlier, but in this we will move to some details about the steps in planning. So what are the steps? First one, establishing goals or setting up the goals. Second, establishing planning premises. Then deciding the planning period and finding the alternative course of action, evaluating and selecting course of action, developing derivative plans. What is meant by derivative plans? I will tell you here. Measuring and controlling the process. So these are the some essential steps in planning. We'll go into details. Okay. First one, establishing goals or set up goals to be achieved. The first step in planning is to determine enterprise objective. Okay. They are most often set by the upper level or top level managers, and usually after a number of possible objectives has been carefully considered. There are many types of objectives. A manager may select a desired sales volume or a growth rate or the development of a new product or service, or even a more abstract goal such as becoming a more active in the community. The first step is to set a goal or a set of goals to be achieved. Okay. Next step, the type of goal selected will depends on number of factors: the basic mission of the organization, the values the manager holds, and the actual potential ability of the organization. The next step is establishing the planning premises. The second step in the planning is to establish a planning premises, that is certain assumptions about the future on the basis of which the plan will be intimately formulated. Planning premises are vital to the success of planning as they supply economic conditions, production cost and prices, probable competitive behavior, capital and material availability, and government controls, and so on. This is all about the establishing the planning premises. Next step is deciding the planning period. This is most important steps in the planning, deciding the planning period. Once upper level managers have selected the basic long term goals and the planning premises, the next task is to decide the period of the plan. Business varies considerably in the planning periods. In some instances, plans are made for years only, while in others they span in decades. In each case, however, there is always some logic in selecting a particular time range for planning. Okay. And the companies generally base their period on a future that can be reasonably be anticipated, and other factors which influence the choice of a period are as follows, that is a lead time in development of a new product, time required to recover a capital investment or a payback period, and length of commitments already made. These are the some factors each individual or manager level has to decide, and according to that the planning period is decided. Okay. Next one, finding alternative course of actions. The fourth step is planning is to search for and examining alternative course of action. For instance, suppose a technical know how may be secure by engaging a foreign technician or by training staff abroad. Similarly, the product may be sold directly to the consumer or by company's salesmen or through exclusive agencies. There is seldom plans for which reasonable alternatives do not exist, and quite often an alternative that is not obvious proves to be the best. So always there needs to be an alternative course of action. So This is, we have to find these alternative course of actions in planning. Next one, evaluating and selecting a course of action. Having sought alternative courses, the fifth step is to evaluate them in the light of premises and goals and to select the best course of action. This is done with the help of quantitative techniques and operation research. Okay. Next is developing derivative plans. Once the plan has been formulated, its broad goals must be translated into day-to-day operations of organization. Middle and lower level manager must draw up the appropriate plans, programs, budgets for their subunits. These are described as a derivative plans. That means once the overall plan is decided, then a middle level manager and lower level manager has to divide these plan into day-to-day operations or day-to-day activities. This is nothing but the derivative plan. In developing these derivative plans, a lower level manager takes some steps similar to those taken by upper level management. That is, selecting realistic goals. A manager has to select a realistic goal. Second, assessing their subunits, assessing the particular strength, assessing the weaknesses, analyzing those parts of the environment and that can affect them. Okay, which are the factors will affect the overall plan, that must be analyzed here. And last step is measuring and controlling the process. This is most important steps of the planning, measuring and controlling. Obviously, it is a foolish to let a plan runs its course without monitoring its progress. Hence, the process of controlling is a critical part of any plan. Therefore, manager needs to check the progress of their plans so that they can take whatever remedial action is necessary to make the plan to work. And next one, whatever changes and organizational plans needed if it is unrealistic. Okay, this is the controlling process. So thank you friends, we'll stop here. In this lecture we have gone through the details about the planning, types of planning and steps in the planning. Thank you.